What in the world? Hey, how you doing? I know you guys are looking for some other channels possibly to watch, and I might recommend UFO Man. He's got a good channel, as well as Mauricio Ruiz. I think I'm saying his last name right. If not, I apologize. But anyway, he's got a channel, Mauricio does, called Strange Universe, Strange World. Check it out, man. He's got some stuff coming on there from Robert Bigelow that used to own or still does, I'm not sure, the Skinwalker Ranch. I'm sure you probably heard about that. Yeah, but check out his channel. It's pretty good too. Now, as far as my lowly videos go here, let's get to it here, man. You seen how many was going through that infrared right there, and here you can see a tree in this particular photograph, and one of them here, and two of them here. These first few photographs are not all that, intriguing, but again, you can see them flying around there in this series of photographs. Here you can see them changing positions, and those are not airplanes that I'm familiar with, certainly not. And this one here, you can see how this is powered up right here, and it wasn't so much right in here, and you can see the plasma build up right here before it fires up completely. Man, what these things are has just got me baffled. I mean, I honestly don't know, but they sure do put on a good light show, I must say. Like I was saying here, you can see this plasma field kind of being generated, I think. And then this, when it does power up, you can see this container or this shell on the outside of it here. And this is what I think is the vortex generator, okay, causing the plasma buildup. And then once it pops, okay, like a capacitor or a resistor in a computer builds up with so much electricity, and then it passes it on. I think that's kind of the same thing that's happening here. And once this is actually powered up completely, it'll shut back down again, and then it just generate plasma as it goes that basically remains unseen. Now look at that, man. That's not even enhanced at all in any kind of way. Uh, wow, in my opinion, just wow. There was all of a sudden last night there was a bunch of them. I mean, they just seemed to appear all at one time, and it was quite the light show, I must say. I mean, look at that. Now this one here, this particular photograph has been enhanced a little bit just to bring out some of the detail in it. But you can see right here where it was off, so to speak, right? Now I'm not sure. I take so many photographs. I don't know if it was going this way or that way, but regardless, you can see how it's pulsing as it goes, and that's what gives a blink on the infrared, and then it powers down to the point to where you can't actually see it at all. So I don't know if they are just, some people say they're interdimensional, some of these things, and I don't know if that's the case, or they're just vibrating at a frequency that we can't see. I mean, we can only see from 400 to 800 nanometers, right? And then anything above or below that, we're not really capable of seeing. So they could be there the whole time, and they're just vibrating at a frequency that we're unable to detect with our eyes until they, reach a level of vibration that we're able to visually pick up. But they're pretty neat to watch. I mean, once they get going out there, it's pretty interesting. This character here, it's hard to get good help these days. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of like off screen here in this particular photograph. I'm going to blame it on him and not the photographer. But you see right here, it looks like that what I call the vortex generator. You know what I'm saying? And these cooler areas right here around the outside of it, and then it pulses down and powers back up to a different frequency, and it causes it to uh, be a different color. And then right through here, I mean, it's a neutral color completely, where it's basically unseen until I don't know what is it generate enough plasma that you can actually see it at that point. This is where it gets kind of interesting, I think, visually anyway, as far as the photography aspect of it goes. I mean, look at that. Isn't that cool? And you can see again here what I call that UFO angle, right? It's sort of like spinning as it's going here, whatever this thing is. It looks sort of flat right there. And then it beads up, sort of like, and there's the vortex generator in the center. And it's basically used up all of its plasma and goes dim and then starts building up plasma again. And here, you see how it's kind of sparkly on the outside? I kind of see that right in here too. Again, like it's getting ready to do the same thing all over again. And it makes it hard to tell, on on the infrared when I pick these things up, whether or not it's an actual aircraft or not, because they pulse as they go. So and it blinks on the infrared, and geez, you don't ever know if you're looking at an airplane in the distance or one of these objects. And the reason I put this photograph on here, I had to kind of enhance it to even be able to see it at all. But you can see that's not an airplane. I mean, there's no light or no color to speak of whatsoever. I mean, there's plasma here, but there's no color associated with it. So that's not an airplane. And then this is what it does when they power up. Now this right here, check that out, man. You can kind of see that what I call the plasma generator or the vortex generator, I guess. And it looks like a cone of some kind. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is taking in um, oxygen, nitrogen, or whatever, and generating a plasma field with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how these things work or even what they are, but all I can do is kind of, make an uneducated guess, right? You know. But anyway, these are what I got last night. Now this one here, wait till you see a photograph of this thing. Now, doesn't that look like an airplane flying along? See the other one up above it? Wait a second. Back up a minute. There's another one up here at the top. Okay. And it's really grainy because I had it turned down to where the infrared wasn't on at all. It's just in black and white. And these things have a tendency to screw up the connections on the camera or the camera itself. One way that I can actually tell, in my opinion, that these things are in the area is the infrared camera will shut off completely, almost like a computer rebooting itself. And then it'll turn back on. And the next thing you know, I got these things appearing. So I think they're putting out a really intense magnetic field. And look at that thing. That's that photograph there. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Let me back this up. This is 357 millimeters right here. Okay. And this is why sometimes with the infrared camera, it's set at, I don't know, it's about 200 millimeters. And, I go in and out with the camera at different ranges here. But this is 357 millimeter. Let me zoom in on it here. This is not enhanced in any kind of way. I mean, and it's too far away, in my opinion, for this here to be lens flare. I don't, I'm not buying that story there, because it just looks like an object of man, of some kind of, I don't know, foreign existence or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like here it is to me, or else this is part of it, and this is the other part of it. And here's that vortex generator and the outside shell that keeps you from seeing it until there's enough plasma built up on the inside of it for it to actually be visible. And look at that. Look at that. You can see its partner here, or else you can see this is where it was, okay? And it's starting to emit some plasma and some color, and then pop, there you see it. But I mean, this thing is, watch this here. Look at that. I mean, and look at that. What in the world are we looking at here? That does look like something from another world, doesn't it? Gadzooks. Now, if this was an onion, okay, you know how when you get an onion, it's got that kind of clear outside coating around it, and you start to peel it off, you get these kind of like brown, crispy edges to it. And this here, if this is hot plasma on the inside, then this, of course, would be a cooler area around here. And it's just, I mean, wow. You know what I'm saying? Kind of looks like an artichoke or something, too, at the same time, doesn't it? Let me slide this thing over here. We go. Now, this photograph here, when I first looked at it, the only thing I saw was this guy right here. And then I noticed this one up here at the top. Okay, this sort of looks solid. I mean, just like blink, looks like an airplane light, but it isn't. Anyway, let me show you the one on the top here a little bit closer up. Look at that. Here again, you can kind of see that, vortex generator and the unit itself, I'll call it. And then it, really plasma's out, or else it was going the other way. I don't know which way it was going, but, it definitely looks like it's gone into a different state of being. And check this out. That would give a air traffic controller nightmares, wouldn't it? Pretty sure those are not airplanes doing that. But anyway, thanks for putting up with this long drawn out version of a video here. And like I said, go over and check out UFO Man and Strange Universe and Strange World. They got some pretty good stuff. And thanks for watching. And remember, no matter what you're doing out there, take care. And thanks again. Appreciate it.